Hello to everyone and welcome to another update on the market. For today, I decided to cover Euro versus US dollar. I will speak about the gold market, crude oil and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will start with the Euro versus US dollar first. And what we can see here is there was a big sell-off. This is hourly time frame. And we can see that we got lots of swing highs around a very similar area. And this is the area around 1.0, I will say 700 mark. So that area is also the strong ground number. If we go structurally to see this whole structure here, can simply be just the ABC correct structure, more complex one. And the thing that the market didn't have a power to retest the high and got strong sell-off back into this area. That's a very strong sign for the further downside movement, and we can see here that market is trading lower. So primary scenario, I will say the most likely scenario is that market to revisit lows at 1.0525, the lows that we have from here. And then the next area, our objectives can be around 1.0500 area. And let's see the third objective, just in case the further bigger downside move can be around 1.0450. And we can also see that there was a breakout of this rising trend line. Market tried to recover and failed again. So we have a failure to test the high and failure to actually reject the rising trend line. Those are all signs of the weakness. So most likely scenario is that the euro dollar can retest at least the area around 1.0525 or lower if there is a bigger supply. Let's build a scenario for the upside just in case. So for the upside scenario in this example, I will like to see there is a this supply trend line. So if the market can take this to the upside and just back above this rising trend line and hold above, this can be a good sign for recover back up towards the 1.0675. But that's the case, which is not now present. It's just the alternative scenario. Just if the demand will start to build on this one. Speaking of the gold market, we also have some rejections. So we spoke yesterday in the last couple of days about gold. So 2010 mark is a critical pivot. We didn't have any break and hold above, so the sellers kicked in. So far, we can also see that we had a breakout of the rising trend line. But here there is a lots of underlying supports and swing lows, so it's still not that clear anything meaningful to the downside. At this point, I would like that we clear those lows. So because there is a potential for this to recover back, maybe retest 1990. But from other side, we have also previous swing lows can act like resistance. So this is for me basically lots of underlying, more basically building the consolidation. We didn't clear either high 2010 or low at 1953. So for anything meaningful from my perspective, I would like to see either bigger demand or supply. So this is basically the no man's land in this area. So either market can reject back towards the 1990 or basically trade lower towards the 1952. Speaking of the crude oil, we had market is trading near the important support zone around 81.90 mark. There was a downside break, but market didn't have acceptance below. And we have some tail and pin bar. So from this perspective, anything meaningful to the downside, I would like to see the breakdown of this low and potential bear flag. Just if that's the case, then we might see the further lower prices, maybe even towards 80 mark. Now, alternative scenario for upside, if market can regain trade into the 83 mark and let's say hold above, then there is a chance for rotation back towards 84 or even 85.40. And Bitcoin versus US dollar, nothing changed since our previous couple of forecasts, still in the very defined trading range for already a couple of days. The 35,240 mark is important pivot. Anything meaningful, I would like to see the breakout above that level and hold above and that can be a good sign for potential retest of 37 or 38,000 mark. From other side, the market can trade lower below the 33,000 mark. There is a chance for the lower prices towards the 31,000 mark and 30,000 mark. That will be all for this update, guys. I hope that you did enjoy. Have a good day, and speak to you from tomorrow morning.